Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, my friends. Good morning, my lecturers. Hope that everyone is in good condition and hope that we can pass this pandemic easily. Don't be stressed and enjoy your single day every day. So before we start our discussion, I would like to introduce our group. We are from fifth group. We're gonna talk about first language acquisition. There will be three speakers that will be delivered first language acquisition. The first speaker is Iqva Nur Hakiki, it's me. And then the second speaker is Mega Fajarwaty M, and then the third speaker is Viola Putri Syafii. Well, to short the time, let's move to our topic. So, in the first language acquisition, we are going to learn together about the theories of first language acquisition. This material taken from a handbook from Brown, Teaching by Principle. So, there are three theories of first language acquisition, and these three theories will explain how children acquired their first language. The first theory, behavioristic approach, that will be delivered by me, and then the second is nativist approach that will be delivered by Mega Fajarwaty M, and the third is about functional approach that will be delivered by Viola Putri Syafii. For the first theory, we are going to discuss about before we are going to discuss behavioristic approach, I would like to give you some introduction about first language acquisition. So what is the function of learning first language acquisition? The aim is first to study child language, and the second is to analyze child language systematically. On the right side, you may see some characteristics of the children from small babies till 3 years old. In small babies, the children babble, coo, cry, vocally or non-vocally send a message. So in small babies, what kinds of way they transform and they send a message by cooing, babbling, or even crying. In 1 year old, they imitate words or they imitate speech sounds from their mother. And 18 months, the children start to appear in 2 words or phrase and 3 words or even a sentence. And 3 years old, the children try and start to comprehend language input. So, those are the characteristics of children. Okay, next, in behavioristic approach, we may see that there are some important point about behavioristic approach. The first is language is a set of habits that can be acquired by a process of conditioning. So, in behavioristic approach, they claim or they say that language is a set of habits. And the second, language is a fundamental part of total human behavior. So, in the second point, language is become part of human behavior. So, language belongs to human behavior. And the last but not least is particular response is reinforced, it becomes habitual and conditioned. So, when language is a set of habits, and language is a part of human behavior, it will be becomes habitual and conditioned day by reinforcement. And next, if you want to know behavioristic, we should know the key terms that we are going to know in behavioristic approach. There are three key terms. The first is tabula rasa, or the definition of tabula rasa is a language of knowledge that gained from experience. And the second is stimuli or linguistic response. The third one is conditioning, or it's similar with continuous. And the fourth one is reinforcement. Well, here is the one of the famous theories in behavioristic approach that called Skinner operant conditioning. So Skinner operant conditioning is applied or is founded by B.F. Skinner. He is some psychologist, and also he has some research in human learning. So Skinner operant conditioning said that operant conditioning refers to conditioning in which the organism, or in this case is a human being or a human, produces a response or operand, a sentence or utterance. So operant conditioning means that a human can get a language or can get a sentence or utterance by conditioned response or habitual. So this operand or a sentence or utterance, we may say operand is a classes of response, so it can be a sentence or it can be some action like crying and sitting or walking, and this operand is learned by reinforcement. So in Skinner operant conditioning, a language can be acquired by children because some of conditioning or because some reinforcement that is done day by day, time by time. So to make it clear about Skinner operant conditioning, I would like to give you some examples. In a blue column, you may say that child says one milk, and a parent gives the child milk. We may divide it that one milk is called a stimuli or linguistic response. When children says one milk, and then the response is a parent give the child milk, it means that in the child mind, the children may conclude that the stimuli, when they say one milk, a parent will give her or will give him a milk. So that's the response from the stimuli, and it can be acquired by children because of reinforcement. So when a parent respond at the same time, so the children will get the stimuli and will know the response day by day by the processing of the reinforcement. So we may conclude that Skinner operant conditioning claim that children acquire language based on behaviorist reinforcement principle. Next, these are the other theories of behaviorists. So from James J. Jenkins and Palermo, they claim about some theories called behavioral framework. They said or they claim that children may acquire frames of a linear pattern of sentence elements and learn the stimulus response equivalences that can be substituted within each frame. Imitation was important. So children, when they get some stimuli and the stimulus response becomes such as a framework that forms a linear pattern that can get from the children by reinforcement day by day, and from that, the children will imitate the stimulus and also will remember the response day by day by the reinforcement. So in a behavioral framework, say that imitation was important. And then the last theories of behaviors is mediation theory. Mediation theory, this theory is a mediating theory that human being acquires language not only by reinforcement but also mentalism in a brain. So mediation theory is such kind of bridge between behaviorist approach and nativist approach that will be delivered by Mega in the is a second speaker. So mediation theory is a bridge from behavioristic approach and nativist approach. Mediation theory tells that a language or children gain language is not only by the reinforcement but also the mentalism or the power of the brain of the children to get that response and get the knowledge. So that's all from me, my explanation. Thank you for your attention. I would like to give the chance to our second speaker, Mega Fajarwaty Maulidia. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Mega Fajarwaty M, a second speaker. I will continue the previous explanation, and now I will explain about nativist approach. The term nativist is derived from the fundamental assertion that language acquisition is innately determined. So, nativist stories argue that children are born with an innate ability to organize love of language, which enables children to easily learn a native language. They believe that children have language-specific abilities that assist them as they work toward mastering of language. And then, the children are born with a genetic capacity that predispositions about language. And native approach says we born with a genetic capacity that predisposes us to systematic perception of language around us, resulting in the construction of an internalized system language. And then Chomsky claimed that children have some device called LED or language acquisition device. This LED enables the children to produce novel utterance based on the input they hear. And the next is LED is in a set of parameters or principles that we all have grammar in our mind. We just need to put the parameters. So when the children exposed to a language, their LED makes it possible for them to set the parameters and deduce the grammatical principles because the principles are innate. That's all about the nativist approach. Thank you.
Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you're in good condition. So I am Viola Putri as the last speaker of fifth group. So here I would like to explain about the functional approach of language acquisition. So there are two sessions. I will explain about the definition of functional approach itself, and the second is I will explain about the 7 function of children's speech. Here we go. Directly for the first point. For the first point is what is the meaning or what is the functional approach itself. Okay, I might state that functional approach focus on the relationship between form and social meaning. She said that language isn't so much a system of rules as passed by Chomsky, but primary, particular socially communicative function. From the explanation just now, I can conclude that language is a tool for children to communicate with other people or with their society or their environment. Here we go to the second point. So Halliday said that there are 7 functions of children's speech. The first is instrumental function. What is that? Means that language is used to fulfill a need such as to option food, drink, or other. Example like, Mom, I want to eat banana. Mom, I want to drink milk. So the second point is regulation function. Means that language is used to influence the behaviors of others such as commanding or requesting. Example like, Mom, close the door please. The third point is interactional function. What is the meaning of interactional function? Here we go. Language is used to develop relationship between other people and easy interaction. Example like, I love you mom. Thank you mom. So the fourth point is personal function. What is that? So means that language is used to express personal opinion, attitude, and feeling. Example like, Mom, I think pizza is the most delicious food in the world. So the fifth point is informative function. What is the meaning of informative function? means that language is used to relay or request information from other people. Example like, Mom, what happened in here, Mom? So number 6 point is heuristic function. What is that? Means that language is used to explore on or running of kill action. Example like, Mom, tell me why I should go to school every day. So means that the children want to know the reason why she or he have to go to school every day. So the last point is imaginative function. What's the meaning? Language is used to tell stories and create imaginary structure. Example like, let's pretend to be Princess Mom. So means that the children imagine she wants to be princess like that. Okay guys, that's all my explanation about functional approach of language acquisition. I hope you enjoy my explanation, and thank you so much for listening my explanation, and I hope you understand my explanation. Thank you guys. See you.